Today I'm going to talk about travel trips that you need to understand if you're going to be traveling to a foreign country such as China. Now, I don't have a lot of Chinese gardens around me, but today I'm at the California State University campus, Long Beach, and they have a beautiful Japanese garden here with a lot of koi ponds. And it happens to be graduation week, so you might see a person or two walking around in their cap and gowns. So, congratulations to all those recent grads. Before I start talking about travel tips, let's just take a very quick tour around the gardens here and take a look at what this, in a city like Long Beach, to see something like this is very out of place, to tell the truth. To find a nice Japanese garden, koi ponds, and graduation week on top of it. So, the weather's kind of cloudy. It's a little gloomy today. The sun's not out yet. But all these guys in cap and gowns are really happy to be here. You notice that all the children here feeding the koi. You can buy pellets here to feed the fish, and they just come and eat right out of your hand. It's kind of exciting for a child. Because it's such a picturesque area, a lot of families are down here with their children that are graduating from college taking photographs, and that's one reason why it's a little on the busy side today. We're going to stop here and start our video on the travel trips to China.
Today I'm going to discuss how I traveled in China for 3 months without a tour guide. I saved thousands of dollars and I lived on a budget of less than $100 a day. In 2016, I was 72 years old and I'd never traveled in China. I did not know any Mandarin. I had never been to China before this time. But I did my homework and I was prepared. The only thing I had going for me was I had a couple of friends, Chinese friends, that lived in China that showed me the first day or two to get around. But beyond that, I was on my own. First, there's a couple of tools that are extremely important that you must purchase and take with you. One is a small, lightweight laptop computer. Possibly an iPad would work, but I was more comfortable with a laptop. Second is a smartphone, a camera with an app called Google Translate. Google is banned in China, but the Translate programs work. You kind of pre-program the dictionary into your phone so it's always available. You don't need to connect to a Wi-Fi. Although when you are in China, you need to buy a Chinese SIM card to put in your phone. I wouldn't use your American SIM card over there. You'd pay a lot of roaming fees. So it's very inexpensive. You buy a Chinese SIM card and you stick it in. You get a new Chinese phone number and you're good to go. Next, you need to subscribe to a VPN service so you can bypass the Great China Firewall and access programs like Facebook, Google, Skype, and many other Western websites. The VPN will also allow you to watch a lot of Western video content like Netflix and other programs. There's a very good website and app you can download on your phone called China Trip or Ctrip. You will use this app to book your train, your plane flights, and you can also use this app to book your hotels. A couple of other apps to download are XE Currency to get your current exchange rates, and some kind of temperature converter such as an F to C converter. Next, you want to open a bank account with Charles Schwab Bank and get their debit card. This is one of the few banks that does not charge foreign exchange fees and reimburses you for all ATM fees paid at the end of the month. Do not use any debit cards from any other Western banks, as it will cost you a fortune in fees. I only carry them as a backup source for money. You cannot travel to China with a large amount of cash. It is not safe and is illegal to take large amounts of cash out of America. In China, not one taxi cab driver speaks or reads English. And you want to be able to tell your taxi where your hotel is located or which hotel you're staying in. The best way is to book your hotel reservations online using Ctrip or any other reservation program you're comfortable with. Once you book the hotel, there will be a confirmation page with the address of the hotel written in both English and Mandarin. This is where you use your camera. You take a photo of the web page and show this photo to your taxi driver. Once you get to the hotel, make sure you also get their business card to show other future taxi drivers. When you're in a city like Xi'an, you can hire a tour company to take you to the Terracotta Warriors or other tourist places. But it is a lot less expensive to hire a taxi to take you there. The only exception I can think of is at Guilin, where there is an afternoon boat tour down the Li River, which includes a late afternoon bus trip back to Guilin, and possibly the trip to Devil's Backbone or the terraced rice paddies. But there may be better ways that I did not know about. I also found sharing a toured car to the Great Wall was less expensive than paying for two separate tours. So you may want to team up with somebody, or if you're with a spouse or a loved one, get a toured car, and the total cost would be less than taking two separate tours. When you get to a new city, take time to learn the metro system. It is usually faster than a taxi because of traffic, and is absolutely the least expensive form of transportation around the city. Well, that's not entirely true. There are city buses that are less expensive, but if you don't speak Mandarin, you will not understand what bus to take or where to get off the bus. In short, city buses are not Western friendly. Leave the buses to the local people. I want to make one last comment about taxis. Make sure you only take a formal taxi with meters. At airports and train stations, there are crews of illegal taxi drivers offering taxi service. They will search for you as you are walking towards the taxi stations. They may get you where you want to go, but is usually much more expensive than a regular taxi. These illegal taxi drivers are unregulated, they do not have meters, and you have no recourse if there is a problem. They do not report to anyone. While discussing scams, I should mention the most common one in Beijing and Shanghai, where young pretty girls speaking perfect English walk up to you and want to take you for offer to go to coffee or beer, or have a beer with you, or even a massage at their place of choice. That's the key. It's their place of choice. Once you're there, you'll be tricked into buying $100 pots of tea and strong-armed if you do not pay. It's not worth playing dumb just to learn their tricks. Shine them off and don't even talk to them. There's one other thing I wanted to mention before I summarize. You do need to get a visa, so contact your local Chinese consulate, and when you get your visa, make sure you take a typed out itinerary of what flight you plan on taking and what flight you're going to return on, and show that itinerary to the Chinese consulate when you're getting it. Otherwise, it'll cost you $100 extra to get an itinerary. But I think this summarizes the most important things you need to know while traveling in China. The second most important thing that I can suggest is to open your mind to a totally new culture that is different from everything you have experienced in your life. It is an adventure you will never forget, and you'll share your experiences for many years with your friends. If you like this video and you want to see more videos from me, click on the subscribe button down below. The subscribe button tells YouTube that you're interested in my future videos, that you'd like to be notified when I publish them. And I publish a new video about once a week. And then if you think this video would be important or interesting to other people planning on going to China, click on the thumbs up button, and that suggests to YouTube that they should promote this video to other YouTubers interested in China. Thank you very much and have a wonderful day.